Glad to have you. We got a yucky Tamar spawn here. Okay, I shouldn't say it's so yucky. Tamar herself is just yucky. If I had to say who my least favorite Civ in the whole game was, it'd probably be Tamar. Getting her in a random lobby like this is a nightmare. But unfortunately, as you can see in that chat there, this was a dud start. I think this was a 6-player game and 2 people left, like literally right off the bat after seeing a bad game. So we got this re-lobby going here. I love showing the names of the people I'm playing with, just in case. I'm going to start, in these random lobbies, I think I'm going to start pointing out that I'm making a YouTube video and they're going to be in it. So this game, I will say, friendly guy. He ends up being kind of close to me. He's that Victoria Age of Steam there. And let me tell you, not so friendly of a guy. Not exactly one I'd be trusting. But okay, this game stood out for one reason in particular to me, and that reason was the absolute horrible spawn. You can see I moved. I was like, screw it, I'll do a turn 2 settle. Here are the bonuses of Mongolia. Their main thing, in my opinion, is the city center, or they get an extra policy slot, but then they also get diplomatic visibility with trading posts. So that's a pretty big deal in my opinion. It does end up becoming a serious factor. It's like getting that +5 combat strength against barbarians, but against another player. Yeah, you can see I got 2 horses in the spawn city, or in the capital city. That I hoped was going to save us. Really no luck there, though. Losing those first turns, it really does have a snowball effect. This game, a lot of exponential curves. There are some huge power scaling jumps, but for the most part, if you get screwed right off the bat, you are kind of screwed. So you can sometimes understand why people will leave right off the bat. It's like, why waste the time? So I honestly don't even mind so much. Better that than just waste everyone's time by being like a troll. I think the worst thing you could possibly do is sabotage yourself, like double-edged sword kind of fight somebody. You can see our spawn is not getting any better as my scouts are exploring. I think I end up even using builders to scout here. Just barren. I mean, I can see it's not looking so good for like really anybody. I think I think Friendly Guy was invading people quite a bit here. At this point, I'm almost dead last. I think Melkabil, I don't even know what happened to him this game, but I don't remember him ever being a huge deal. He was chatty, though. I'll say that. Oh, there he goes. Okay, Melkabil does leave. I think Melkabil was just like me. I think he had a terrible spawn. Props to him for sticking it out for 30 turns at least. I do feel like even if you are going to leave with a shitty spawn, you got to last at least long enough to know it's going to be, truly bad. Because sometimes you can get a second city, third city, good city state, something going on. So leaving early, it's for the weak, is what I'm trying to say here. We do end up in a dark age, no good, but we do start trying to pump out settlers, fill out the little land we do have. I was settling, particularly placing my cities so that I'd be able to space and cram a couple extra in here, but I kind of felt like it wouldn't end up mattering. I was terrified this whole time that some unknown civ, that question mark I haven't met yet, comes out of the fog of war, out of the ocean, and just takes my capital, which would be a devastating blow. It's becoming clear at this point that England, right next to me to the west, is pretty big, pretty threatening. Leeds there definitely seem like a aggressive forward settle. They bought that tile, so I don't know if they can see some strategic resource or something that I can't, or if they're just planning on putting a encampment there. You can see, looking at the religion, Russia's got that combat strength in foreign countries' religion, which is kind of a nightmare to go against. +10 is no small amount. I meet the Ottomans. Ice went through my veins. I was like, this is not going to be good. And wouldn't you know it, they almost immediately declare war on me. The Ottomans are currently pumping out 34 science per turn. We are actually up to 22 at this point, so not so bad. We're almost building ourselves adjacency clusters there with the campus and stuff. We did see it coming, so we had already prepared building the walls. But I'll be honest, my heart just wasn't in it. You can see I didn't even have the governor in the city for combat strength. Um, I just kind of knew. At this point, there's only two people left. It's the Russians, who you can see yellow on the mini map in the bottom left, just creeping over the screen. They've almost completely absorbed the English at this point. This is just going to be a quick burn, which is interesting on a resource scarce map. That's how it is. Although I suppose maybe it does make sense. It's so flat, fast movement, meet everybody. You don't really spend a ton of time on districts because, well, I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it as much. I don't know what I'm saying here. What do you think? You can leave a comment. What do you think? Resource scarce, or do you think those maps with all the hills and jungles and resources, you think those are going to be necessarily more fast-paced, more likely to end in a game like this, I should say? Golly, in Cahokia, I honestly thought when I took Cahokia, Caesareanship of Cahokia, that I might be able to save the game. I was like, if I pack a bunch of cities in here, they've all got 2 Cahokia mounds, that's plus 2 amenities in each of my cities. On top of entertainment districts and stuff, I was like, if I can get into some trade alliances here and start getting these trade routes out, because my ability is my traders automatically will create that trading post as soon as I start the route instead of completing the route, which is enormous because trading routes take 20 to 30 turns. And getting a trading post sometimes can increase the amount of resources you get from that trade routes, but it, more importantly, in my opinion, increases the range. So when you've got more options of people to send routes to, you're naturally going to get more. Out of the deep, though, you see some caravels coming. Those bad boys, I think, got 55 strength. You can see in the chat there, I'm like, all right, fellas, I resign. I should have banned work ethic. I will say that was a pretty stinky move, especially considering Russia took the adjacency from the Tundra tiles. In my opinion, that's literally just a waste of everyone's time. It's literally unbeatable. I would recommend trying to speedrun the game like that, though, in single player. That's kind of fun. I think the fastest I've ever done it in standard speed was like, I don't even know. It was insane, actually. It was like 60 turns or something crazy, but... yeah, there's the mini-map. You can see my capital goes white. I didn't even see it happen. And to be honest, don't want to. But ultimately, our win streak was ended. But we'll start that back up.